Positive energy all the time. We are here, kicking up dust again. Here we go. Hope everybody's doing good. And here we go. Now, this is one of the reasons why Trump be doing so well. You understand? This is one of the reasons Trump be doing so well. This is one of the reasons Trump be doing so well. You understand? Because I ain't going to say the Democrats, but I'm going to say the Democratic Party started bowing down too much for the votes. They bowed down too much for the votes. You can't bow down like that to get no votes. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Carter should have never passed that bilingual nonsense. He was tripping. We don't talk about it. Because it ain't no way in the world I should go for no job and have to be bilingual. You know, if you come to a country, you got to learn how to speak that language. If you're too lazy to come to a country and learn the language, stay where you at. You can't come to no country and tell me I got to learn to talk to you. I got to learn your language when you run across the border illegally. And I got to learn how to talk to you to get a job in the English speaking country. I can't get a job unless I'm bilingual. They got these jobs. We should sue all of them. They got these jobs in the U.S. You in the United States of America, and they tell you that you can't get the job unless you speak bilingual. You can't get the job. And they let a bunch of immigrants come in and get all these jobs and make it where only they people could work there because they speak Spanish, and turn a business in America to a Mexican business or a South American business in the United States. You got to talk Mexican or South American in the United States. They don't got to learn no English. You got so many immigrants, even some Asian ones, that don't know no English here. And that's because they're not going through immigration. Because if you went through immigration, you would have to learn English. But we're going to talk about it. This is why Trump get respect. This is why Trump get. That's why you don't be seeing me trashing Trump. I don't be trashing Trump. There's some things about him, but I don't be trashing him. Because the Democratic Party, I ain't gonna say Democrats, because you have Democrats, right, that ain't a part of the Democratic Party. So just because you're a Democrat, I'm not gonna throw you under the rug. It's the Democratic Party. And we might talk about that one day so people could be intelligent, say it right. Right? It's the Democratic Party. It's the Democratic Party that sat there and wanted to get votes from anywhere and sold out their own country. Sold their own country out because they just wanted to get votes from anywhere. Whether it's your house, your city, your state, or your country, people got to trickle in. People got to trickle in so they adapt to your way of life. If you let a whole bunch of people come, they will destroy your way of life and bring in their way of life. And if you let a lot of people come because where they at is raggedy and they running because their country ain't no good, they're going to bring that raggedy, no good way of living to your country. You can't let people move from a third world type of living situation and too many come at one time and bring down the level of how you live to a third world country. I don't care if they're coming from Africa, Haiti, or South or Central America. You can't let in a whole bunch of Haitians because the place going to be like Haiti. They're going to bring their bad way of living with them. But if a few come at a time, they would have to adapt to how we live up here. They would have to adapt. They won't have a bunch of their own kind to bunch up and turn the place into a third world country like LA. When I lived in LA was the United States. It was Hollywood. Now LA is some raggedy place in Mexico. They let the Mexicans and the South and Central Americans trash LA. And I'm going to be talking about this tomorrow. Like, since we've been on the African next, y'all notice how many Africans been saying stuff like, well, at least we got somewhere to go if something happened. So that means they only got one foot in America and they got the other foot in Africa. They keep saying, well, at least we got somewhere to go. And I'm like, at least you got somewhere to go. Oh, okay. So you come into a country. Now you talking about if you fuck it up or if it falls, you got somewhere to go and I don't got nowhere to go. All right. If you insinuating I ain't got nowhere to go, you shouldn't have nowhere to go. Take your ass back to Africa. Take your ass back to Africa. If you're going to come over here and say, well, at least I got somewhere to go, which is saying, this for all you Rastas and Pan-African people too. If you say Africa for the Africans, and you say we all Africans, why do you accept Africans saying at least they got somewhere to go if you saying we Africans? They saying we ain't Africans. Because they saying we don't got nowhere to go. They saying we can't go to Africa. That's what the Africans is saying. That's why the young Rastas is soft. Because Rasta with a step on that thing there. What you mean, at least you got somewhere to go? What that mean? Now, if we chased you out and made you go tomorrow, then you'll say we bogus, because as far as I'm concerned, well, then go. Hurry up, get out. Go where you at least could go. Because I would never let a man live in my house that feel like he got somewhere to go. Because he ain't going to take care of my house. He not going to take care of my house because he got somewhere to go. So if it's holes in my roof and my house start leaking and flood, what do he care? Anybody that got somewhere else to go, what they going to care about where they at? Nothing. Nothing. The immigrant, because I got a lot of people Rasta, the immigrant mentality destroyed Rasta. Turned Rasta into trash. Because brethren was Jamaicans. Brethren was Trinidadians. They was not Africans. And they was standing on Trinidad, they was standing on Jamaica, and they was standing on the Virgin Islands. And they was just talking that African shit. Niggas just talk African. Niggas don't be no Africans. They standing on them islands. Just talking that African shit. Well, I'm going to go all the way to Africa with nigga that's a Jamaican. Talk about he Jamaican. Yeah, yard man, and we way in Ethiopia. And yo, you still a Jamaican. But you want me to be a Ethiopian? I'm an Ethiopian. I'm an Ethiopian. You a yard man. That's what destroyed Rasta. Black immigrants coming to America and couldn't teach the Rastas from the Caribbean. They couldn't teach us Rasta culture because they wasn't standing on it. They was faking the motherfucker. They was fake. They couldn't teach us about being no African. How somebody that's a Jamaican gonna teach me how to be an African? How a Trinidadian gonna teach me how to be an African or Virgin Islander? VI posse. How VI posse gonna teach me to be an African? How J posse gonna teach me that? So you say all math in Western Arabic, only writing in all caps. Identified as American Sign Language. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know no weirdo stuff. What's your name? FS? This ain't the weirdo channel, bro. Say so. This ain't the weirdo channel. And nobody wants you teaching over here. You got a channel? Go to your channel and teach. So last time I'm going to tell you. If you smart, what's your name? FS. If you smart, go to your channel and prove to me you smart. Don't come over here and try to be smart. Do like I'm doing. And go to your channel and be smart. That's your first warning. If you smart. If you're smart, go on your channel and show me you smart over there. Don't come over here showing me you smart. Because where I come from, you a leech. You a bloodsucker. Don't let me do all the work to get no crowd and try to teach them. You go do the work like a man. You a man, right? Well, be a man, go get you a crowd and teach. Don't come over here leeching off of me. Let me get a crowd for you to try to teach. Oh, he got a crowd. Let me go over and teach. Okay, this is the realest channel alive. No punks allowed. Okay? This called Pharaoh said that. This ain't called FS said a goddamn thing. This ain't called FS said shit. Read the title. I thought it say Pharaoh said that. I don't think it say you say a damn thing. I don't know. People get mad because I won't let them say nothing. I said what the title say. My title don't say you get a chance to say shit. Like read. My title was it's been tripping me out. The title of this whole channel is self-explanatory. I thought the title of this was Pharaoh do all the talking. That's what I thought the name of this channel was. I don't know. I could have sworn it said Pharaoh said everything. It don't say nobody else say shit. Damn, I had to rename my channel. I'm gonna have to name my channel. Everybody else shut the fuck up. The new name of my channel. I need a new channel. What's up? Because they don't get it. They don't get it. That's why a lot of people don't. Why they know a lot of people don't come over here. I'm going over there. I don't get to say nothing. No, you don't. Stay where you at. I don't care if I got 50 people watching. I'm cool. I'd rather have 50 people listen than 1,000 fools over here babbling. Okay? If you want to babble, go outside in Babylon. But yeah, Trump and them is saying no bilingual requirements. No more bilingual requirements. Which is so great. So great. They can't throw these Hispanics out fast enough for me. Throw them out, 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 out. Anybody that's ruining the way the country functions, throw them out. Haitians, bye. Haitians is too overbearing. Too many Haitians will be in Haiti. Get out. Too many Africans, too. Too many Africans, too many Hispanics, and too many Haitians. We'll be living in a third world country. Facts. Because if you can't fix your own shit, if you had somebody that lived in a house and it was full of roaches, there's a whole bunch of people living in a house that's full of roaches, and 10 of them want to move with you, would you let them move with you? Because they probably just like the rest of them. And they're going to have roaches in their bags and stuff too. You can't go to nobody's country and then love your country so much. You go all the way to the United States, but I love Haiti. It's like take your bitch ass back to Haiti. You in somebody's country talking about Mexico with a Mexican flag, man. You can't get no disrespectful than that than to leave your country and come to another country and praise your country. Your bitch ass left Haiti and come up here praising Haiti. But left, couldn't wait to get the fuck out of Haiti. And then when Trump and ICE want to send you back to Haiti, you don't love Haiti no more. You don't love Mexico no more. When they kick you out back to Mexico, you cry. Right? You over here with a Mexican flag. Viva Mexico! Then ICE gets you, then you be crying when they finna send you back to Mexico. It seems like when ICE come get you, you should be like, yeah, that you should be excited. Yes, back to Viva Mexico. No, you love Mexico until ICE send you back. You love Haiti till they send you back. You love Jamaica, but you won't leave. Go back to Jamaica. It don't make no sense. These people phony, man. These people phony. When somebody come here from another country and they waving their flag, that lets you know they just coming to take money. They don't give a damn about you. These is leeches and vampires. They just want to eat off the nation. And you can't have nobody eat with you that don't like you. All these people that really don't respect the country, throw them out. Because it really should be illegal to wave another flag, to be honest with you. That should be illegal. That should be illegal for you to wave a Jamaican flag, Africa, any other flag under the United States flag. That should be a sign of war. That's a fact. That's a sign of war. That's what it was originally. What you would have think would have happened after the Revolutionary War if you would have walked around here with a British flag? What they would have did to you? Keep it a billion. What would have happened to you after the Revolutionary War if you was running around with a British flag? What would happen? Because they said that our flag was still there, right? So they looked up and the flag was still there. That means they was winning the war. If the flag come down and you put up a British flag, that means you lost. If you in a war and your flag come down and you put up a Mexican flag, that means Mexico run your country. If you got a fort, your headquarters where your soldiers fight, and you waving the flag while you in the war, if they took your flag down and put up a Haitian flag, that means you lost. And so these flags in terms of military signaling you lost, that these people invaded your country. That's what that means. A Mexican flag waving in America is disrespect on the military aspect. From the military point of view, that's disrespect. Take your ass to Mexico with that flag. You can't come up here and keep praising somewhere else. Take your ass to where you love. That's for all you Africans, all y'all. That all y'all that love somewhere, take your ass back there. I'm gonna say Rasta once again. That's why Rasta failed. Because them Jamaican Rastas love Jamaica. They didn't love Africa. They was just talking. They don't love Africa. They love Jamaica. If you want to wear a bunch of Jamaican clothes and shit, they shouldn't let you in Africa with no Jamaican colors on. Why? They shouldn't let me in Africa. I come in there with red, white, and blue on. Disrespecting. I love America so much, but I want to go to Ghana. Like foolishness. Them vampires sucking the blood from the country. And like a lot of Africans say, they know they got somewhere to go once they tear this country up. They'll tear this country up and they'll all run back home. And those of us that's Americans, we'll be stuck. Now, if you tell me you got somewhere else to go, that you can go to Africa, then you let me know that you ain't going to consider me no African. Because if you're going to consider me an African, you would say we got somewhere else to go, wouldn't you? If you're a black person from Africa and you tell me, well, at least we got somewhere to go, and you exclude me, do you consider me like you? No. You consider yourself an African, and you don't even consider me an African. You telling me you the one got somewhere to go. I don't got nowhere to go. So now if you got an African shop or whatever, and you telling black people at least you got somewhere to go to hell and get the fuck out the country. And shouldn't no black people spend no money with you. Black foundational black Americans, you're going to have to stop spending money with all these foreigners. Period. Stop spending money with them. Over this next 6 years, we're going to have to start developing our own shit. If you want Chinese food, we're going to have to cook it. We're going to have to start spending money with the Chinese, everybody. We're going to have to spend money with ourselves. We got to stop spending money with foreigners, period. The only people we should be spending money with is white Americans, because at least the money is American. At least they ain't finna take it nowhere and go to Europe with the fucking money. They Americans. But all these other people that want to be all this other shit, you might as well mail your money to their country. You black woman, you buying all these hair products from these Koreans, you might as well send your money to Korea. That money ain't never coming back to benefit you none. It's being used to uphold the Korean economy. That shit over with. I'll be watching all the ICE videos with popcorn. We got them. I'll be at home like, bye, amigo. I'll be at home like, bye. Oh, my soul. That's what I be. Bye. Comprende. Adios. Andale. Andale. That's how I be. I be speaking every language when ICE come. Arrivederci, au revoir, sayonara. I be so glad when ICE be grabbing their asses and kicking their asses out. And then they be thinking they helping their situation. Well, they coming after you next. Okay, ICE, get this one too. Get this one that just said they coming after me next. Where you live at? You said they coming out to be like, you better be glad I don't know your location. You talking about they gonna come after me next. That's what they be telling me. They gonna come after you next. That means you got hate for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? But keep talking crazy. Keep talking crazy. Cause I'm gonna get over. I'm gonna get bro on feed that on speed dial. Like, hey, boom, go get them. Go get them. Yeah, I'm gonna have them on speed dial. On my soul. You know what I'm saying? But we getting ready to have a situation where no more bilingual requirements. Yay. Because our people gotta go to get a job and they gonna tell you, you gotta know English. Now I was born in 1958. I started school in 1963. I took English all them years, all the way through high school. So imagine all of that education taking English. I go for a job and they tell me English is not enough. I got to know Spanish to get the goddamn job. In other words, I wasted all that education in English class. I've been in English class all them years. All them years. All them years. I've been in class taking English. And they're going to tell me that ain't enough now. I got to go back and learn Spanish to talk to some people that come here that don't want to learn English. But you make me take English. You made me take English. You make all my children take English. You make all my family take English. But they come up, they don't got to learn English. We got to talk to them in Spanish. We got to talk to them in Spanish. Make it make some sense. You take English. If you don't pass English, you fail. If you fail, you don't graduate. You know that, right? So if I'm in high school, my senior year, and I failed English class, I don't graduate. I don't graduate. Think about that. I don't graduate if I don't pass English. And now you tell me I got to learn Spanish to get a job. And Trump banned that. That was Jimmy Carter that did that dumb shit. Open up the door for that. There's no reason I got to be bilingual in the United States. All I need to speak is Spanish. I mean English. I don't have to speak no Spanish or nothing to you. I do not have to be bilingual in an English-speaking country. Ain't no way. And nobody consider. What about all the older people that learned English all that time? You tell me all these older people, 50 and up, they all got to go learn Spanish at that age to be able to talk to some people that ran across the border that's too fucking lazy to learn English, don't want to learn English, but want to come to an English-speaking country to make some money? You want to make money that's written in English? That say $100 in English? That say $5 in English? And you don't want to speak English, but you want the money that's written. The money's not written in Spanish. How you let somebody come here and make money that's written in English, but don't want to learn English. Want to tell me I got to learn how to speak Spanish to get a job to make English money written in English. Like total disrespect. Where a lot of these Spanish people jumped in the Democratic Party and used that people of color shit to overthrow the country. That's what they did. They piggybacked off black people, started calling themselves people of color. But I ain't really had no plans on doing nothing for us. Just use us. It's the Spanish, it's the Mexicans and them. They use black people to get some power against white America and then turned on us. We shouldn't have never fucked with them. Now they out there in LA gang banging and popping their collar. Them gangs out there should be calling ICE on all them Latin gangs. They're like, nah, we don't call the police, OG. All right, they're going to call the police on your black ass if they could. If black folks could get deported, they would all be calling the police on us. All them Mexican gangs, all them Hispanic gangs, if they could call the police on you to get your turf, they would do it. They wouldn't stand on business. You believe that shit if you want to. Them rat bastards would call the police on you and get you kicked out the country. Quick. They done took over. When I was out there in LA, I had to knuckle sandwich a couple Mexicans playing. Didn't realize I was from Chicago. Nigga, I ain't from LA. So I had to do a couple of cholos playing and shit. I had to cho they low. Bro, I'll cho yo low. Stop playing me, amigo. I ain't from LA. We don't got that. We don't got that in Chicago. We don't got nobody stunting like that. We got some Latin kings and stuff, but they know to be Latin kings. They know what it is. They don't be crossing that damn line. Y'all talking about the Venezuelans. The Venezuelans ain't crossing no lines here like that. Actually, they leave it. They ain't crossing no lines like that. Or they would have been all over the news already. You know, I remember when it first happened, a lot of black people's haters too. A lot of black people's haters. When they say a dominant black city like Chicago, there's so many of you black people hate Chicago. Y'all disgusting. You always hate on your own people. It's so many of y'all. Man, there's so many black people on the internet. They want to see black Chicagoans go down so bad because they know we'll beat your ass in your little city. So because we dominant and we'll pop you and do you dirty in your own city, you mad. Because we'll come to your city and take your motherfucking city. So you mad. So you be like, they're gonna get Chicago. Watch, they're gonna take y'all over. I'm like, bitch, if they gonna take us over, they really gonna run over y'all little raggedy asses. That's another story. Talking that shit, nigga. What punk ass city you from? Where you cheering against your own brothers and sisters in a black city? That type of shit. You'll never see me cheering for no black city to get taken over by no Venezuelans or nothing. Boy, a lot of you brothers, y'all ain't no G's. Boy, I would never in my life be on the internet and a bunch of Venezuelans went to a black city and I'd be like, they gonna get y'all. Man, Some of y'all brothers need to be wearing lipstick. Boy, I would never say that about no brothers and sisters in no city. Somebody gonna take them over. Man, I'll talk about us coming there to help y'all before I talk about them taking you over. I'll be like, if it get too crazy, we'll come and help. Fuck you talking about? You think I'll sit back and a bunch of Venezuelans went to Detroit and I'll be like, they gonna do something? I'll be like, nigga, we'll slide up there if they get crazy. We gonna ride with the blacks in Detroit. We ain't gonna cheer for their downfall. Man, when them Venezuelans came, you should have synced all the pussy ass black men cheering for our downfall on the internet, not in face to face where we could deal with your glamour from a distance, keyboarding. They gonna get y'all, OG. They gonna get your mama, nigga. Yeah, they gonna get that bitch. They ain't gonna get me, punk. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Nigga, come here talking that shit. You wasn't gonna get got. The fuck you cheering against us? What? Well, I'm not cheering against Atlanta, New Orleans. I ain't cheering against no black people. I'm not finna say nobody finna take over no black people. I don't give a fuck where they at. I'm not finna say that. Man, when them Venezuelans came here, man, my timeline was full of bitches. I was like, you hoe ass niggas need to be at the strip club busting down y'all ass or something. Y'all need to be stripping. Bitch ass niggas. They gonna take y'all over, OG. Chicago, they gonna get Chicago, they gonna get y'all. I said, damn, these niggas hate Chicago. They own brothers and sisters. They hate their own brothers and sisters. They ain't even proud of their own black people. Got a big, strong city. They hate so much. Mad at me because your city little and raggedy. And it ain't number 23 of you bitch ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? And you hate it. Your city gotta be pussy for you to even function like that. No, you ain't the big brother. You ain't the big homie city, because the big homie city wouldn't say no shit like that. But I'm not finna cheer for no niggas to take over black people in New York. That sound crazy. Boy, I'm not cheering against no black people in no city. I'm not even trying to hear nobody finna go and take over no brothers and sisters. I don't know where that's cool nowhere. But I ain't trying to hear that. That nobody gonna go take over no black Philadelphia. Like, nah, you want me to cheer for that? Really? Bruh. Some of y'all need y'all ass beat on my soul. That's why I ain't monetized. I ain't supposed to say this shit. I ain't supposed to say you need your ass whooped. I ain't supposed to say that. The Big Brother tried to tell me how to talk. I need to talk the way Big Brother tell me to talk. I don't got no freedom of speech. Freedom of speech don't exist. We talk about that one day too. But this is why people fuck with Trump. That's why you don't see me dogging Trump. Because he doing some good shit too. He doing some good shit. He doing some shit that do make America greater. All this we got to speak Spanish. And he trying to get rid of that. That's a thumbs up right there all the way. When my children can go get a job, they ain't got to go back and learn Spanish. My children don't know no motherfucking Spanish. Why my sons and my daughters got to be bilingual? My oldest sons know Spanish. But my children don't know no Spanish. Why they got to go learn Spanish to get a job in the United States? If we got to learn Spanish to get a job, that means it's too many Spanish-speaking people here. They got to go back to a Spanish-speaking country. Somebody call bro and tell them, man, we got some people, bro. Hello, Tom? We got some people that just want to speak Spanish. They want to speak Spanish. Go get them, get them, get them, get them, get them. I got some people, they want me to be on some international shit. Man, I'm on some homeland stuff where I gotta live at. I'm never gonna have an international mind more than where surviving where I live at. That's a fool. That's a fool worshiping other places more than where they live at. You're a black man. You're all on your knees for Africa, many miles away, more than for where you live at. You's a sucker. How you love Africa way somewhere, but where you at? You gotta be kidding me. I'm not putting Africa over Chicago. I'm not in Africa. And a lot of Africans don't even like me. They tribal. How much energy you want me to put into some people that ain't got their shit together and don't like me? Africans ain't got their shit together, but you're supposed to be, politically correct. See what I'm saying is black uncorrect. It's not the black politically correct because it's supposed to be black politically correct. See, Dr. Umar would never say this because he liked to be black politically correct until it's time to talk about reparations. He said we don't supposed to get reparations because we going to mess the money up. And now his bitch ass broke, messed his money up. This the same bitch nigga that said we'll mess the reparations up is broke. I couldn't be around Dr. Umar because he'll probably get physical. Because I probably want to really run up on dude. I swear to God. I really want to see what he made of. I'll make him throw all that stuff about that fat ass stomach. I don't like him at all. All that slick talking shit. Man, you want to have a show that break the internet? Put me on the show with Dr. Umar. I'll embarrass that nigga. On my soul. He'll take a big ass L. And I'll talk to him real ugly too. He might walk out. Man, I'll call that man out his name. I'll come with all the smoke for his fat lying ass. I'll totally disrespect that nigga. For real. I'll do him fucked up. I'll come there like bad energy. My energy would be bad as hell. My energy would not be good. My energy wouldn't be good. I don't know. I'm just saying my energy wouldn't be no good with all that fake loud shit, with that fake Pan-African shit. He said black people will mess their money up if we get our reparations. That's a serious problem with me. I don't like him. I would disrespect him and Marcus Garvey right there in front of his face. I don't like that dude. And see, this is what Foundation of Black Americans, it's too many people in our way distracting us from what our mission need to be in this country. You see, let me tell you something. Don't you listen to these other motherfuckers. You listen to me. No matter if everybody's black, that ain't how military work. Military work in platoons. So don't let these fake Pan-Africans and pro-African niggas, them niggas ain't soldiers, them bitches. In military, there's platoons. Black America, we our own platoon. If we go to war, we gonna have to survive as this platoon. Can't no nigga from South America help us. If we go to war, can't nobody help us in Haiti. Can't nobody help us in Jamaica. So each platoon got to be self-sustaining. So us as Foundation of Black Americans, we got to function on what we got to do to survive and get ahead here. We can't listen to nobody nowhere else. We can't listen to none of these brothers that their parents is from somewhere else. Because I see a lot of brothers, some of them I respect, but their parents from somewhere else. So they not 100% comfortable around foundational Black Americans that's born here. They don't feel like they can talk like how I talk because they not really me. They mama and daddy from somewhere else. So that always shows up. So that's why so many of them lean to Pan-Africanism and shit, because they not from here. And their numbers is little. So if a brother from Trinidad and he here, he got to lean on Pan-Africanism because it ain't number 3 niggas in Trinidad. Jamaican brother, it ain't number 20 people in Jamaica. They ain't got no numbers. That's a little ass island. Them other places they live, they ain't got no islands. We the 7th, we 50 million. It's only 7 countries in Africa got more people than us. We got more people than 40-something countries in Africa. Facts. Black Americans got a bigger population than 40-something countries in Africa. It's 40-something countries out because it's 54 countries. If you get rid of 7, there's 47 countries in Africa we could conquer. We'll whoop them, which is really 50 because we'll whoop all them other ones all the way up to maybe the top 2, but we'll probably whoop them too because they ain't got no military training. We're probably, Black Americans, we probably could whoop every country in Africa. You drop us with the weapons, get them the weapons, same weapons. We'll wipe out every country in Africa. Any country you put us in, including Nigeria. We're a clean house in Nigeria. The only advantage they'll have is the elements, the environment. They might have some advantage knowing how to maneuver in the environment. But heads up, nah. They primitive. They ain't got the training. We've been in the best military in the world. They military suck. That's why they doing whatever the Chinese and the white man tell them to do. Straight up. And so all this speaking all these different languages and stuff to get jobs and stuff here, we have to concentrate on that. And when it's talking about somebody like Trump, talk about making America better and trying to bring opportunity and stuff to America, that's a win for us. You got to be careful listening to blacks from other places telling you don't ride with that. When blacks from other places, it's in America to eat off of people making it better. That's why they're here. So you can't trust no foreign blacks that's speaking against America, but they here. Can't trust no man like that. You can't trust no man that comes somewhere, that's living somewhere where he can leave. If you're a Jamaican, you can leave. Go back to Jamaica. If you're African, you can leave. If you, wherever you're from, if you're a black immigrant or your relatives from somewhere, you can leave. You can leave. So why would I listen to you and take any information from somebody that can leave when I can't leave? I can't go live where you at because you a hater here, so you damn sure gonna be a hater where you at. Let me tell you something. As a young Rasta, I was around some Trinidadian brothers, some Jamaican brethren, and I wanted to go live on the island, right? And the reason I went to Hawaii, because I wanted to go to an American island, because I knew that if I went and lived with Trinidadians or Jamaicans, I would have to deal with their bullshit. I would have to deal with them outnumbering me, and I would have to deal with some sly hate by me being a black American. I already knew that. Just from being around them, I already seen how they move. So me coming up as a young Rasta, I was around brethren from different islands, and I seen how they move. But their hands was tied because they was in Chicago. So they couldn't really disrespect me like they would if they get me back in Jamaica, because they know I grew up with the guys and I don't got to go get no roster. I go on the block and get the guys. You understand? I go back with my friends I grew up with. This where I'm from, so you ain't got no wins here. See what I'm saying? But I seen it. Oh, these niggas is haters though. Don't never isolate myself nowhere with these niggas like that. You can see it. The whole Pan-African shit was bullshit. They didn't have that kind of love in their heart like that. They didn't. That was fraudulent. But they wasn't able to exercise it because this Chicago. All of them. It was some pretty cool brethren, but I'm talking about as a group. They couldn't exercise. The only reason they couldn't exercise, they hate and they tribalism on me because they was in my turf. That's why. They was in the land of GDs, Blackstones, Vice Lords, BDs, Four Corner Hustlers. They was in that land where they don't got no wins. That's the only reason they didn't act worse. And I knew if I go down here in Trinidad or I go here in Jamaica and I'm surrounded by them, I'm going to see how they really are. I might not even be alive. I might not even stay alive down there with them. They might poison me or anything. So I refused to go and be in a situation where they could dominate me. So I went to Hawaii where I was still dominant, where it was still Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, where there's a whole lot of Black Americans in the military. And Black Americans, they're going to ride with me when they know I'm a Black American. They're going to do you dirty. Period. So I didn't put myself in that dominant type situation. And so now America would be stupid to put all their people in that type of situation by letting a whole bunch of immigrants up here and turn the country into a third world country. And too many people got too many of their own people. They'll start stunting against Americans. You got to throw them people, you got to get them people the hell out of here. Look at LA. They turned LA into a homeless hellhole. The whole California, they trashed it. They let all them Hispanics come to California. They trashed the whole state. The whole state is trashed. From the Bay Area all the way down to San Diego. It ain't nothing like it used to be. They let them people take all the prestige out of California. California used to be a prestigious place. Hollywood, beaches, beauty, movies. No. Now it's homeless encampments. A whole bunch of wild-ass Hispanics running around doing all kind of fuck shit. Hispanic gangs using the N-word. Totally disrespecting Black Americans and shit. Some Hispanics out there using the N-word, punking the Black gangs. Hispanic Crips and shit. I said, what the hell? Hispanic Crips. And then when the Venezuelans got sent up here, they was hoping that shit happened up here. Listen, man. Y'all know where this at? I'm 67 years old. And now I'll be on dummy. Man, we'll be on dummy. Now they trying to make their move. You got a lot more Hispanic police all of a sudden. We ain't have all these Mexican and Hispanic police that you got. You seeing more and more of them. Trying to make their little move, their little political move, redistrict certain areas so they can run for office and get a Hispanic mayor. And once they get a Hispanic mayor, the country will turn to trash. Because the Hispanic people, they let in people that don't have an American culture and don't have the respect to run the place and turn the place to a third world country. That's what they'll do. They too close to the raggedy countries. So Hispanics in America is too close to the Hispanics in South and Central America that could ruin the country. See, white Americans, they can't just bring in no whites from no raggedy place in Europe because you got to fly and you only can come a few at a time. So I ain't got to worry about a whole lot of people coming from England and stabbings going up. Like anybody know about Europe, like England, the stabbings is crazy. Well, if England was right here on the border and all the people can come, the stabbings would go up here. But they can't come because they got to fly. But see, South and Central America, you ain't got to fly. You can walk across. And that's why they got to shut that damn border down. Because you know how many people is in South and Central America? It ain't that many people in the United States. Militarily, it's stupid. You let too many of them people come, your country gone. Gone. Do the numbers. Your country be gone. It's only 300 something million people in America. Look, it's 662 million, twice the amount of people in the United States in South and Central America. How are you going to leave your border open? You 300 million. You mess around, it'd be 500 million up here, 400 million. It'd be more of them up here than you. You'll lose your country. You can't let no 62 million people up here like that. California look just like Mexico now. They let them people come there and trash that place. And they talk about, I gotta know, my daughter gotta be bilingual to work in the United States. That's a violation of your constitutional rights as an American citizen. This is not no Spanish speaking country. There's no way you can enforce it. Tell me I can't get no job unless I'm bilingual. But got people working here that don't speak no goddamn English though. But for us to work here, we gotta know Spanish. But you got a whole bunch of motherfuckers working on construction sites and shit that don't know no English. Only the supervisor only one know English. The rest of some motherfuckers don't know no English. They can work here, don't know no English. You can't work here because you gotta know English and Spanish. Crazy. And you know it's cartels down there, and you know everything going, and it's all kind of fucking wars and shit down there. And you got dumbass Biden in there. He too old. So you got stupid ass Biden in there. He sleep. So it ain't nobody mind the border. So he let millions of people run across the border. Yeah, in Houston, they not Texas, Houston, they ain't let them, they ain't took them over. That's where you had that dude down there that's messing with the weird brother with the barrettes in his head. And that Mexican said that crazy shit. That he could just call us the N-words. Down there dealing with the weirdo brother with the barrettes in his head, doing a whole like buffoon rappery stuff. Like the buffoon rapper. And they letting that shit go in Houston, you know what I'm saying? They got barrettes in his head. He can rap though, But that whole bozo clown, gangster clown shit, man, somebody need to holler at dude. Like with that back gangster clown stuff. I like the way he can rap though. Bro can really rap, but I don't like that gangster clown look though. I don't like that. He making Houston look goofy as hell. Like the gangster clown. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Dude with the barrettes in his head. Like, bruh, y'all let what? What we doing? They let them people take Texas from their ass. Yeah, Sauce Walker. Man ain't got no self respect or nothing. Like a clown, like a real caricature. You know what I'm saying? Like he make black people look bad. Hey there, say there, man. Hey, man. Damn, bro. Big old shoes on, all different colors, pink and yellow and blue colors on, barrettes in his head, mouth all wide open with all that jewelry in his mouth, and just like a bozo. You know what I'm saying? Like a rap clown. I can't believe, and he represented Texas. I'm like, damn. Broken rap though, but that clown shit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really messing with no dude with no barrettes in his head. You know what I mean? Me and him, we wouldn't get along. You know what I'm saying, bro? You got barrettes in your head. My sister used to have them in her hair, bro. Who told you to put blue and pink and white barrettes in your head? Who told you? You know what I'm saying? Who raised you, bro? That's gangster now? Houston, we got a problem. That's y'all mans? All right. And now the Mexicans coming up, that Mexicans said the N word just like it wasn't nothing. So Trump, I gotta give him credit. You know what I'm saying? He doing certain things that should have been done. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. When I'm looking at what Trump doing, and then I think about Harris, sometimes I think Harris would have kept letting it go the other way. I ain't gonna lie. She would have kept. She would have made it go even more immigrant. I don't. I believe it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she would have shut everything down. But I don't know. She wouldn't have did the stuff Trump doing. We would have still had to speak Spanish under her. I believe. I believe we would have still had to speak bilingual to get a goddamn job. Because one thing about her, with her parents being from India, mama being from India, and her daddy being from Jamaica, you know, that's why I told people I was just wanted a woman in there for my children. But I didn't say I wanted in there. She would have flooded this place with them people. But for sure, she gonna be standing up for immigrants. She ain't gonna be standing up for us. I just didn't like Trump. You know what I'm saying? Trump, I can't trust him. But I'm the type of person if he doing some good things, I ain't the type of person that just don't dislike him. So now everything he do that's decent, I'm act like I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that. I see the good stuff he doing. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. I don't really be stuck like that. I don't get stuck where now I'm blind. I'm fluent. I flow with the vibe. You know what I'm saying? I flow. And so when I see him do good stuff, I'm not going to be on no just hate him no matter what. I'm not doing that. The man, Trump, is doing some good shit. And he doing stuff that people should have been done. So if you ask me, man, he doing stuff that these other politicians should have been did. I ain't gonna lie. He doing things these other politicians should have been did. Harris was already messing me up when she took this picture. Now the black motherfucker there talking about she helping minorities. And everybody, including her, don't nobody look black. Look, when you look for a black person, you don't really see one. Now, how she just so happened to be a minority and take a picture? I see one black girl standing next to her, but she in the back, which is disrespect too, because she's shorter than the big lady in the front. Typically, if you take a picture, you'll put the shorter black girl up there so she could be seen. She got to stick her head over to be seen because she's shorter than both of these ladies. That's ultimate disrespect. They were supposed to move her to the front. This big lady next to Harris should have been in the back. She tall enough to still see her. This whole picture bogus. And there ain't a black motherfucker nowhere. And she wonder why she ain't win. That's why. You weren't really standing on nothing. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't standing on nothing. Man, we not with that bilingual stuff. You know what I'm saying? It should be no bilingual language requirements. Period. Our people supposed to be able to go get a job just like we always was getting a job. And when I was growing up, right? When I was growing up, we could go get a job. America shouldn't be changing like that, where America's going to go get a job and then all of a sudden you say, oh, it's a bunch of Hispanics here. Now you got to be bilingual to get a job. No, they got to learn English to get the job. How you going to require Americans to learn another language in their country to cater to people not from the country? Because if you speak Spanish, you're not from here. Really, you're not an American. You're not. You trying to come and be an American, but then don't want to learn English? Show me. So if I go to France, they got to learn how to talk to me? Serious. You come to America, man, speak English. Speak English. If you don't want to speak English, bye. Get out. Get out. I really hope Trump cleans California up and get all them Hispanics that don't belong there out of there. We ain't going to be able to get all of the immigrants out of here. Some of them citizens, but every immigrant that's not a citizen, get them out of here. No more citizenship to immigrants until we get this country straightened out. Get them out of here. Period. And black politicians that stand up for immigrants, get them out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's used to shut us out economically. You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct to shut us out. So slow down the black people, the ones that a lot of people call Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people. It's a direct war on the brown people in this country. Goshen, you are 1 billion% correct. He's going to sign an executive order to do it. 100% he is. You already know. I got the 411. The Trump administration said Friday it will end a court imposed decree initiated by the Carter administration that eliminated a test for federal job applicants and imposed diversity hiring requirements for federal agencies. Why it matters. The move follows the administration's dramatic change to the government's interpretation of civil rights era laws to focus on anti white racism rather than discrimination against people of color. That's a lie. Driving the news, the Justice Department Civil Rights Division said it would eliminate a decree, a case brought on by black and Hispanic job applicants alleging discrimination. The DOJ said the decree limited the hire practices of the federal government based on flawed and outdated theories and diversity, equity, and inclusion. It said the decree entered in 1981 to impose draconian test review and implementation procedures on the Office of Personnel Management. What they're saying, for over 4 decades, this decree has hampered the federal government from hiring the top talent of our nation. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet K. Dillon said in a statement. Today, the Justice Department removed the barrier and reopened federal employment opportunity based on merit, not race. You understand? They're getting rid of all that shit, and they're not lying. Because if somebody say to me, say like, look, Pharaoh, they just trying to get rid of black people. What I would ask you is, if you've been here as long as I've been, has the quality of work went up or went down? It went down. The quality of professionalism in this country went down. So if black people want to say that you got more jobs, but yet the quality went down, what do you got to say about that? Because the quality of service in this country, federally, statewide, and local citywide, has gone down. Period. In most cases, when you need some work done and white contractors show up, they do a better job. When the white cable guy come or the white electric guy come, he does a better job. He's by far more professional. That's just a fact. I got a friend just got a house, and I was over there trying to help them get themselves together at the house. And when the white dude came to hook up their cable, he was a billion, trillion percent professional. In and out. Everything done perfect. No mistakes. No holes drilled in the wrong place or nothing. No talking. He didn't do no conversating. He didn't have no type of attitude. He was just a professional. He was like, yes, oh, I'll do it like this. I'll do it like that. Okay, boop, 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 boop. Okay, thank you. Bye. Whoop. He didn't have no attitude or nothing. He was just a cable dude. That's it. He came in to put the cable in right. That's all he was on. Black America been under siege. Black America been under siege by the foreigners, but Black Americans been under siege by Black Americans because Black Americans ain't been making their sons go to school. Black Americans ain't been on shit. Black America's standard is low as fuck. Black Americans today is not on the standard of my parents. My parents would have never let me and my sister flunk no classes and all that. When I went to school, black people wasn't flunking like that. Parents wasn't going for that. Hardly nobody failed at school. Black Americans didn't have all these dumbass kids y'all got now. Black Americans in the 2020s have been trash. Low standard, unprofessional for sure. Uneducated, violent, and robbing their own people, breaking into their own people shit. What y'all want me to do? Lie? Black Americans ain't on shit. The lowest standard ever in 2025. Been like that. The whole 20 since 2000, since the year 2000, 2002. Yeah, boom, trash. Ain't on shit. Don't nobody want no black America to come to their house to do their cable or nothing. I'm not saying that all the black Americans don't do a good job. I'm just saying so many of them that the stereotype is that. Yeah, you know what? It's too much LOL, bro. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Too much. You just want to be seen, bro. Come back tomorrow. I ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I seen you over here. You typing, typing, typing. You ain't bringing nothing to the table. You know, we ain't doing no clown shit. Right. Now, check this out. Look, he said, my kids just graduated and started college in 20 days. Is there a lot of people, they race and they age, you allow them to be around? Moses. Moses, is there a lot of other black young people, they age, that you allowed them to be around? Was it a whole bunch of them that's successful like your kids? Because my daughter's successful too. But I had to keep her away from them niggas, though. But for her to be successful, I had to keep her away from black youth and only have her around youth trying to make something out themselves, no matter what race they was. My daughter had to take robotics, and the robotics class was not black. Engineering, and the engineering class was not black. It was some blacks. My daughter's success had a lot to do with keeping her away from a lot of young black people. That was her success. That's why she got out of nursing school. I know nobody wanted. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it. I know. My daughter went to Lindblom. It's in the middle of a black community, but the school was mixed. And the children was coming in because it was like one of these smart schools. And you have to get a high SAT or ACT test to get in these placement schools, I think they call. And she was high on the list. They had Walter Payton. I forgot the other one. And then Lindblom was like the fifth best school in the whole city. So she went there. And it was in the middle of the hood. But the hood didn't go to school there. All them children was being dropped off, picked up, riding on buses. It was some white children there, some Hispanic children, some black children. These was all the smart children. That public school over there, if she would have went there, she probably wouldn't have been as successful as she is. I had to send her to a Oh, I tell you something else too. Real talk, y'all. I ain't lying. Probably Whitney Young. I ain't lying, y'all. Check this out. I swear to God. So my daughter graduated out of high school at Lindblom. So we go to the graduation. So when we go to the graduation, it's a bunch of black kids, some white kids, some Hispanic kids. All the teachers is white except like one. So me, I'm hating, right? So I'm like, these white teachers and the black, with all these black kids, I'm hating, right? Real talk. I'm hating. So the program's going on, and I start thinking, and I start watching the white teachers. They was trying to dance. They was trying to do a dance that the black kids were like and all of that, right? But I was watching the teachers vibe. So I kept looking at these white teachers at this school in the black community with a whole bunch of black kids, but it's white kids there too. It's a mixed school, but it's just majority black. And as I'm looking, I started to think, damn, my daughter getting all A's and shit though, right? So now I'm here for the graduation. My daughter doing exceptionally well. But I'm so stuck on race, I'm hating on the teachers. But the teachers, the reason my baby doing good. So in the middle of the thing, I was like, you know what? I like these motherfucking teachers. I had to think about it. Hey man, these children doing good. These white teachers is teaching these children and they becoming successful. So what I look like, I had to catch myself. Sometimes things happen to you, and I'm the type of person that'll tell it. I don't care if I was wrong, I'll tell it. I was way off base because I was so busy looking at their color, but their success rate was through the roof. All them black kids can be successful. So I was like, wow, you know what I mean? I'm looking at this the wrong way. They coming down in the neighborhood trying to help our children. This is what I'm thinking at my daughter's graduation. So by the time it was over, I had respect for them teachers. I was like, you know what, though? At the end of the day, y'all did a good ass job. Y'all did a good job at the end of the day. At the end of the day, y'all do. I don't know because my daughter has specific classes. So my teacher has specific classes. It's not ain't no room for no. This was high school. This ain't grade school. So my daughter wasn't going to no economic class. My daughter had my daughter had science, math, engineering, and was in the robotics class. She wasn't in no class where you just teach whatever. That school where you only teach what the subject is. It's not like grade school where you can say, today we're going to teach this. No, you go to science class. They're not going to teach group economics in science class. They're not going to teach group economics in engineering. They're going to teach engineering. In math, they're going to teach math. You thinking about grade school. This was one of the top high schools. They're going to teach whatever the class you going to. That's all they're going to teach. Now, if you take economics, they're going to teach economics. She didn't take economics. At those type of schools, you only learn what that class is. The science teacher is not going to talk about economics. The engineering teacher is not going to talk about no group economics. That's not even how that go. You learn what the class, yeah, you see TY, you learn what the class is, it. And she had 4 years of math, 4 years of science, 4 years of engineering, and 4 years of robotics. is not, they're not teaching you no black stuff. They teaching you how to take care of yourself. See, when you growing up, you can't do no group thought. Group thought is horrible. You have to do you. You your children have to do them. They can't do no group thought. Now the only group thought she did was robotics. The mentality is the robotics team put together a robot that can win when they go to these different states and have their robotics competition. But the mentality is all over the robot coming together and making the best robot. That's the only group mentality. But group mentality will make you a failure if you go into school. In life, you have to be about you. You can't you can't be about your race. You got to be about you because if you don't get nowhere, you can't do nothing for your race. So you have to think about you and become successful and then think about your race. But you can't think about your race to get successful. You got to do your homework. You got to study. You got to think about you getting the best grades and you knowing what you're going to do for your profession so that you can go to work and feed yourself. You're not going to feed no group. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be very individual minded. And then when you get in a group, like say I was the CEO of a record label and I had a rap group. The rap group wasn't individually minded enough to make it because you have to have a bunch of strong individuals to have a strong group. So even if you're in a group, if you weak or you're not strong as an individual, the group ain't gonna go nowhere. So it's like if you're building a bridge and you got four pieces for foundation, you can't concentrate on the bridge. You got to concentrate on each foundational piece that's going to hold the bridge up. You can't just think about the bridge, but one of the foundational legs, you didn't concentrate on that, the whole bridge going to fall. So anything you're trying to get is based on individual accomplishments. Like if you're working out to have a strong body, you have to work all the individual muscles. You can't just think I'm have a strong body. No, you got to work on each leg muscle. You got to work on each abdominal muscle. You got to work on each muscle in the arm, muscles in the back, muscles in the neck, muscles in the chest. And then that's the only way you, as a total group of muscles, that's the only way you're going to be strong. That's the key to success. You got to do you. If you want to be successful, you have to concentrate 100% on just you. And if you concentrate 100% on you, that will prevent you from wasting time with somebody else because your level of concentration on what you're trying to get done, you'll be able to see if they match that. And if they don't match doing for them what you're doing for you, it ain't going to work. Whether you hustling, whatever. If you get in a group and you really working to be the best, but you're in a group where motherfuckers ain't doing nothing, the group ain't gonna go nowhere. Each one of them need to be working on being the best. He trying to be the best, him. You put a group together, you're gonna pop. So group economics ain't no good unless the individuals in the group is standing on something. So you would still have to learn individual economics to be successful. You know what I'm saying? The body don't work as a group. The body work as a bunch of muscles in a group. basically. Like when you go do push-ups, you don't feel all that pressure on your wrist. You don't feel the same pressure on your wrist. You don't feel that pressure in your butt that you feel in your wrist. And there's only a few muscles that's doing the push-up. The whole body ain't working together. It's it's whatever muscles it take to push up is working together. So you got to individualize in terms of going to school with your children towards your children. Don't teach your children no group shit. Teach your children individuality, or they ain't gonna make it. What you want is you want your children to begin to eliminate the group. Actually, you have to separate your children from the group. The older they get, the more people they gotta shed. In life, you're gonna have to shed people. You ain't gonna be able to carry them with you. They gotta go. A lot of black men, they don't let dudes go. Keep dude around too much. He gotta go. If you want to be successful, you gotta shed people. You gotta shake them. So they say, well, Pharaoh, how would you build a foundation? Easy. You got all these dudes. This dude shake everybody. This dude shake everybody. This dude shake everybody. This dude shake everybody. Then them folk get together. And then they be successful. But they only gonna be successful because all four of them shook everybody else. They didn't bring no groups to the table. They came to the table as individuals, strong individuals, and then built a group. They got to be individuals first, strong individuals. But thinking of a strong group is impossible. No such thing. You understand? Or group economics, it's an ideology, but it's not a realistic something that you can really show somebody what to do. Think about it. How would we do group economics? It sounds real good, but how would you execute it? See what I'm saying? How would you execute it? Can you get a group together to work together? No. No, you can't. The way we do group economics is you just be the boss by yourself. And then you hire people and you make the group. And then if you don't do what you need to do, you're fired and we replace you in the group. You could go further as a boss by yourself and building a group than you can trying to build something with a group. You understand? You can't build nothing in a group. So in other words, a bunch of brothers here on social media, I would never try to put a group together with you. Because it ain't gonna work. It won't work. It won't never work. All them different personalities and shit like that, it won't work. I'm 67. I'm telling you what I know. Why you think people rapping by themselves? They couldn't keep no singing groups together. That one group, the brothers was twins that hated each other. You can't do it. You have to do it by yourself and be a boss and hire everybody. That's the only way you're gonna get a group is that they work for you. You could build a company faster by yourself. When people work for you, then you can't try to get some people together and build a company. Especially black people. There's a few white dudes that could do it. But the black man, I would get on TV and say he can't do it. Some white dudes can do it. But black man, there's gonna be some, but the percentage is gonna be way less than the whites. It's gonna be a few whites, and then it's gonna be really a few blacks. So you gotta ask yourself how much time you want to waste trying to find out. I've been in many different groups. Man, if you want to waste your time, you're gonna waste your time though. That's why you ain't got nothing. That's why it's an ideology, but you don't never see it. You ever notice that's an ideology, but you don't never see it work? If you go on Instagram right now and you see people making a lot of money with a company, it's gonna be one person. Whether it's oil, hair oil, or whatever, and they shipping out a bunch of packages out of Amazon. Go watch these people shipping all these packages. It'd be one person. Y'all ain't noticed that? It'd be one girl. My hair oil's really selling. Oh, I'm so happy. It'd be one person. You don't never see no group talking about, oh, they got this product off the ground. Sometimes you'll see two, but mostly you're going to see one. When you talk about new successful business, you're going to see one person. You're going to see one person open up a restaurant and hire everybody. It don't be no group open a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to organize people because you got to have leadership. And then there's an argument over who's the leader. You can't organize. That's just, you can't organize. Organize how? Try it one day. Go organize something. You'll see. Put a group together. Organize it. You'll see. It's going to be pure chaos. That's the one way not to make it in business. That's why when four people get together and do something, that's why it'd be a big news story. It happens rarely, but that's why it'd be it'd be a big news story. Because it's very rare. Very. It's a good way to waste your time. That's why you don't see nobody doing it. Like if you see four brothers and maybe they in real estate, and you look at them, you say, well, they got a group. If you do your investigation, it's one person put that together. Yeah, the other three got in it. But if you look into it, you're going to see what one person did, what they call spearheaded. See, let me show you something. Anything successful is like an arrow. This is business. And business goes in and all of this ain't no good without this point. Without this point, the arrow is no good. I don't care how big the arrow is, how many fellows that got on it. This little tippy point, that's what's going to pierce the skin of the animal for the arrow to go through. If this arrow is flat, I don't care how nice it is, it's going to hit this animal and bounce off. So I tell people all the time, if you want to get something going, you got to be the point. You got to be the point of the arrow. Then you build the arrow behind it. But there's got to be a point. This is the group, but the group can't penetrate nothing. If you're trying to get something going, you got to be the point. Start working on it and getting it going. Then you build the rest of the arrow behind you. That's what you got to do. Because if this part don't work, you can just replace it. But if you're doing it a group and then something happens, you got to dissolve the whole goddamn group. And you ain't, and especially if you're dealing with men, and super especially if you're dealing with black men. If you're dealing with black men and you trying to do something together, it is not going to work. Because the black man has been in slavery too long, been through too much, and he don't got what it takes to work together. He don't got it. You're not going to be able to eliminate competition, and you can't build and compete amongst each other. And you get a bunch of black men together trying to do something, it's going to be this competitive bullshit constantly going on. Constantly. From the very first meeting, somebody going to leave and complain about the meeting. What prophecies say what? Tell me one. If I don't do prophecies, go show me you do it. Go do it. If it can be done and it's simple, TY, go do it. Go do it. Something small, like find some brothers and call them and try to start something small. And you like 3-4 months, call me back and tell me how it worked. Well, I gotta do prophecy. Go prove that it could be done. Something small. Just call 3 or 4 brothers, come up with an idea. It could be something simple. Call 3 or 4 brothers, set up a meeting, and in 3 months, come back and tell me how it went. And it's going to flop. Christ had a group. How was Peter? He was cool. The group was cool? No. The group was a failure. You can't, for sure. And that was Christ. When you talk about prophecy, the group was a failure. He called Peter Satan, actually. If I have a meeting, I have a group, I have a meeting, it could be, let's say it's 10 people. We lay down the information for the meeting. Now, here's where the problem comes in at. If you have a meeting, TY, how would you have the meeting? And so if you look at the situation, somebody would have to decide to do this. And then somebody would have to be the one suggested. And somebody would have to be like the leader to decide to do this and find the people and call the meeting. That person that get everybody else and call the meeting, who believes that everybody comes to the meeting is going to accept that person as the leader. Because if you do, you're living in a dream world. You're living off, that's why you're using the Bible. You're using the Bible. You can't use no real examples. Y'all didn't notice T.Y. using the Bible? But in real life, he talking about real life situation, but then he using the Bible. Because in real life, he can't show you no example. He cannot show you no example in his life at all of no brothers getting together and doing shit. That's why you got to go to the Bible. If what he was saying could be done, wouldn't he be able to show you examples in his community, in his city? Would he have to go all the way back to fucking Jesus? He got to go all the way back thousands of years ago. If what he's saying is realistic, he should have an example recently. But getting back to what I'm saying, so you come up with the idea, you call everybody. You come up with the idea. You get everybody else, you call everybody. But when you have the meeting, people at the meeting gonna be like, why you gotta be the leader? You have your first meeting, 10 people. This is a fact. When the meeting's over with the 10 people, it's gonna be one person that call another person and start complaining. Might even start when they walking out. This is a fact. This ain't no make-believe shit. I don't do make-believe. You call 10 people. You have a meeting. For sure, one person gonna find another person to get in their ear and start planting doubt. I don't know about that idea with that. I don't know about this. You suggest we do this. It's gonna be one person be like, but can't we do this? Now you gotta do one of these things. The second person say, can we do this? Idea will be trash. It won't be a real idea to really get nothing done. It'll be a challenge disguised as a possibility to be a better idea for this business. But it won't be. It won't be from the heart to let's do this for the business. It will be a weirdo that wants to challenge you. And so then when you say, no, we're going to do this like that, that person is going to talk against you from right there. And you be lucky to make it 3 weeks for that person like, man, I ain't going to that, man. You know what I'm saying? He think everything got to be his way. But that's the only reason he challenged you. Because he already on that. It's your way. He already challenging is your way. In your mind, it's just a way. It's just the best way. But he not going to look at it like he going to look at it like it's your way. Happens to me almost every live. I go live. I set up everything to go live. I lay down my analysis. Some lazy motherfucker, they ain't going live. Never would have thought of this conversation, right? I think of the conversation. I lay down the conversation. A brother go out his way to challenge my conversation. But this person would never do shit, would never talk about that in his life, would never even have the conversation. But based off of me having a conversation, they going to want to show that they know more, that there's something wrong with what I'm saying about a conversation they would never have. A conversation that would never come up in their life, probably in some cases. So they'll use me to have the open mindset and intelligence to start the conversation, and then they jump in on some challenge shit. They don't give a fuck about the conversation. They don't care about that conversation. They just want to challenge. Happens to me so much it'll blow your mind. And sometimes you keep talking to you, find out they dumb as a rock. They have no interest in the conversation. Their interest is in challenging. I mean, it's happened to me so much you shake your head. So I know what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about it. It happens to me daily. I can barely have a conversation without a brother challenging me. I go look at their page. It ain't no information, no knowledge, nowhere. When I start talking, they the smartest in the whole world. They got all the knowledge. So you would expect, right, that if you went to their account, you'll see the brother got a lot of knowledge on his account, right? You go to his YouTube, nothing's over there. He only got knowledge compared to you. On his own accord, the nigga don't know nothing. Nigga don't know nothing until you talk. And you can't go see nowhere where he know nothing. He got no proof nowhere else that he know a damn thing. He only know it now because you talking. Now this motherfucker smart. Because I go look sometime. Because I go look to see, well, maybe the brother got knowledge and shit. You go over there and they got video talking about LeBron or some shit. But they don't got nothing close to none of the subjects you be having. Nothing on that subject in his whole life. He tries to build intelligence off of your subject. He uses you to stimulate to be smart. He's not smart on that subject until you bring it up. And that's what will happen. That's what happened when you work with him. I've done it a billion times. I've done it a lot of times. I work with a lot of bands, a lot of different brothers, businesses, stuff like that. Whew. And then you realize if you're going to get somewhere, you got to do it by yourself. You got to start the record label by your damn self. And then bring in strong pieces. Because if you wait to start it, it'll never start. If you wait on somebody, young people, listen to me. You better do yourself. No groupthink. You're going to fail. That's why a nail got a sharp end. A nail ain't got no fat end on it because it ain't going to work. It ain't going to go in the wood. It's that little spot that make the nail powerful. If you want to make it in life, you got to be the point. Don't waste your life trying to get with a whole bunch of people like that. You're going to fail. If you got a good idea, then you go by yourself and get the paperwork. You get the logo, you go set everything up, and then you bring people in from a boss position. Don't try to wait on them to do it. You do it. You go get everything, all the paperwork, the logo, the website, you do it. Now you can be successful because now you can bring pieces in that's going to build it. You can get rid of pieces that ain't going to build it. Ain't nobody going to be able to come and filibuster because they coming into your shit. If you try to bring everybody in and you get to beefing with somebody, he going to be like, we started and we that, and destroy the whole thing because he going to say he was there at the beginning. So it's going to be y'all shit. So now somebody can hold you hostage to the idea because you started it with somebody. And if you go back, all you got to do is, God, you can go back just on YouTube and on social media and look, you'll see so many times that happened. Right? That already happened so many times. I couldn't even bring up all the incidences. You want to fail? Wait on a fucking group. You want to succeed? Be a boss, start it, and hire people so you can fire a motherfucker. So I'm going to start it. I'm going to bring you in. We're going to do it a certain kind of way. If you got a problem, get the fuck out of here. Let me bring somebody else in. I'm not giving you no power to destroy what I'm trying to build. If I build it with you, you got enough power to just sink the whole ship. I'm not letting you sink shit. You come in, you get hired. Sunrise said only angels can work in true harmony and discipline, but that Sunrise was the boss. And the rest of them niggas work for him or get the fuck on. They wasn't working in harmony, they was working for Sunrise. It was Sunrise record label, it was Sunrise. And these niggas. Didn't that? So he said that shit. But no, Sunrise made his money because Sunrise was the boss. That's a fact. Wasn't no them, it was Sunrise. And everybody else get in where they fit in. And then he had people want to get in, like John and the saxophone players, because there was really only 4 of them. It was Sunrise, and then his backup team, June, Marshall Allen, and John Gilmore. That was them. Everybody else could fucking come or go. And them 3 followed Sunrise. Sunrise was the boss, and them 3 was the backup. And then everybody else can come and go. Here's a chief angel. If that's what you want to call it, I call it the boss. The chief angel shit, that shit cute. But angels don't get paid. Angels don't get booked. Angels don't sell albums. So whatever. Angels ain't got their name copyright. That's business. Sunrise was a business. He might have been an angel, but that was a business. Make no mistake about it. That wasn't no angelic shit. That was business. Sounds cute though, but it's not realistic for my audience. I don't want my audience to believe that shit. Sunrise and this group was a business. They was getting paid. People had to book them hotels. Tickets were sold. Drinks were sold. It was a business. So you coming over with the angelic stuff, you misleading people. That was a business. It was a band. They was getting paid. That's how they was paying their bills. That's how they was eating. That's how they was paying to live. You know what I'm saying? It was a business. Somebody was the boss. He was the CEO. Christ was a solo act with a bunch of people walking around with him. And y'all could tell I'm telling the truth because look at what's going on with the conversation. The conversation I'm saying is proving my point, y'all. If I shared this page with them type of people, it'd be mass confusion over here. What makes this page work is I run it. I'm the boss over here. If it was other people, you look at all the different shit, everybody would be saying all type of shit. It would be all over the fucking place. Unorganized and confusion. A motherfucker would leave and go somewhere. Man, I ain't with Pharaoh no more, man. I'm over here now, man, doing my own podcast, man. Pharaoh was this, man, and Pharaoh was that, man, and da-da-da. The whole shit would crash. Fucking with niggas. can't tell me shit about that. I'm really out here, really did it, really been in bands, really did it, really worked with groups. It was always a failure because there's got to be a boss that can keep the group going. There's no group nothing without a leader. Doesn't exist. You can't have a gang without a chief. Name me a gang ain't got a chief. Name me one gang where the gang just a gang and it ain't no chief. Name me a company like CBS. Name me any company that don't got a CEO that run every motherfucking thing. Name me one. I ain't never heard of it before. That's why Trump's getting so much done, because he running it like a business. Everybody got to do what the fuck he say or get out. If he didn't do it like that, he wouldn't get nothing done. He's going to get a lot done because he's running it like a company. Get in or you're fired. I don't give a damn if you Elon or who you are. He make it clear he the boss. Elon tried to test that and lost. And he gonna take away his rights to put his rockets in the air. If Elon don't calm down, he won't shoot another rocket off in the United States. Trump will close that whole shit down. You have to move that whole shit to another country. And if he ain't got power, America will refuse to give him the airspace. Might shoot his shit down. Ain't nothing he'll be able to do about it. America could shoot his shit out the sky. What are you going to do? He ain't got no army. America, Elon get pissed, go somewhere else and launch his rocket. Trump can shoot it out the sky. Unless you got the military, what you going to do? So I'm going to end this, but I'm glad that we don't got to speak Spanish no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we don't have to speak Spanish no more. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a great thing for young people getting jobs. All you got to know is English. You don't got to go take no Spanish classes. You know what I'm saying? I think in a lot of ways Trump was doing a lot of good shit. I think Trump getting them 37 felonies, and I've said this before, he's got such a big ego. I think he really does want to be a good president. But he's a businessman, so he sometimes steps in his own way, hustling, getting money, setting up things for his family to get money. But I do believe that he wants to be liked. And out of all the presidents, I believe he's the only one that got the balls to give Black Americans reparations. But I believe he wants to be liked. It's a high possibility that if he does 4 years, people say he's one of the best presidents ever. It's a high possibility. I'm not saying this for sure, but psychologically, that's how I see him. Because when he gets rid of the requirement to be bilingual, Americans are going to love his ass. Americans are going to love that because we hate that bilingual shit. And we don't want to have to speak Spanish. And we don't want to be invaded by Spanish people. We don't want a Spanish country. We do not want to live in Mexico or South America. We want them people to stay in their place and come and keep the country America. We don't want you coming changing our country. We don't like you fanning all the Mexican flags and all that. I never liked that. I always thought that was disrespectful. I believe Mexican Americans are some of the most disrespectful people in the country. Because how do you leave a country and worship the same country you just left? Mexicans are full of shit. To me, the Mexicans in America waving the Mexican flags are full of shit and should be put out the country. Because there's no way you could leave a country because it ain't good enough and come to somebody else's country and worship the country that you said wasn't no good. And don't nobody check their ass. You say your country's no good, not good enough for you to do well. So you come to America to do well, and then you wave around a goddamn Mexican flag that you left. In military, that means you are trying to conquer America. That's what that means. That it's an invasion. That you're not leaving because you don't like the country. You're expanding Mexico. You're trying to take the country. And consider the Alamo. I've been saying this for how long? YouTube keep hating on me. I take all my videos down. I've been saying that if that was African people south of the border, I bet you they wouldn't have let them up here. I bet you if that was Africa, that it'd be a wall and a gate across the whole southern part. But because they Spanish, because they white Europeans, because those are white Europeans. Them ain't Mexicans. Them is white people. Them is white. Those are Spanish people. Spain is in Europe. Those are the people that conquered those people down there. Those are the descendants of the conquistadors and the conquerors of South and Central America. That's who those people are. They've been bred out already. It is totally disrespectful to claim you fled your country to come for a better life and then worship your country. It's totally disrespectful. Block all our streets, Mexican Independence Day, all over the United States with them flags like that. On Mexican Independence Day, ICE should be out like the military, grabbing people, throwing them out. They should be out checking all ID. Mexican Independence Day. A whole lot of people should get deported. Whole lot. Shut that. That shit really should be illegal. Really. Militarily speaking, it should be illegal to wave your flag in somebody else's country. That should be considered treason or an act of war. Imagine Foundation of Black Americans repatriating to Africa. Now there's 50 million of us. So imagine if 10 or 15 million of us went to Ghana and we was over there waving the American flag. What that would look like. 15 million Black Americans, we go to Ghana, say we don't want to be here no more. And we go to Ghana, and now Ghana look up, it's red, white, and blue flags everywhere. What would that look like? What would that look like? America's not under siege because they ain't got the military to be under siege. It's a fake invasion, but I wouldn't call it a siege because they finna all get chased out. A siege, you be able to stand your ground. But I know what you're saying, that they trying to make it look like a siege. I didn't know exactly what you're saying, TY. They riding around trying to make it look like a siege. But it ain't gonna be no siege because for one, and this is what we've been telling white Americans, and this is why white Americans got to give us reparations. Because for one, it's America and they have a problem. Black Americans, we gonna fight with America against the Mexicans. We gonna fight with the white Americans against the Mexicans. They'll get chased the fuck out of here butt naked. We ain't fighting with them. We gonna fight with the USA. So siege my ass. Cause y'all they getting on our nerve too. We don't want them around here with all them motherfucking Mexican flags. Take that shit back to Mexico. Straight up. Because if Mexicans come up here trying to take over, that means they'll try to come to Chicago and punk us, and that's gonna be a problem. Because you ain't taking over shit in Chicago. You is not gonna overpower us in our own place where we've been for generations. Is you out your fucking mind? You better take your ass back home. That's what you better do while you can. That's what I say. And a lot of Mexicans I know don't like it either. A lot of Mexicans don't like these new Mexicans because you're making it bad for them because they came up here for a better life and they've been doing good. And now here come you bum ass Mexicans up here pushing all that Mexican shit. You understand? So all you bum ass Mexicans come up here pushing all that bum ass Mexican shit. I wouldn't look at it as a group effort. Mexico ain't shit. That's why they came up here. Then they got up here. Then they trying to pretend. But they ain't come up here to take over. They came up here because Mexico is raggedy and ain't got nothing. Mexico ain't got enough to take care of them. Same for the Venezuelans. Same for the Nicaraguans. Same for the Haitians. Immigrants come here because where they at ain't no damn good. And then they come up here and they forget where they was at no good. Then they start stunting. That's what be happening. They don't want to go home, but they want to love their home. They want to love the place that they had to flee from. And by June 1st, 2026, it'll be quiet around here. If Trump stay healthy and stay in office, by June 1st, 2026, all that should be over with. It'll be back to USA. All them Haitians gonna be gone. A lot of the Mexicans gonna be gone. Venezuelans gone. A lot of these immigrants gonna be gone. And they're gonna bring in white immigrants. What are they gonna do? Because their population, they need some babies. They're gonna bring in some Ukrainians and shit like that. They want to turn the country back like it used to be. Well, some blacks say the way it used to be, you don't want them to turn it back like that. No, the Mexicans don't, Jason. Them Mexicans don't like these new Mexicans doing that shit. Mexicans had became Americans, okay? They was Americans, but they was Mexican Americans, like Irish Americans, Italian American. They was Mexican Americans. They wasn't Mexican Mexicans. They was in America. They was a part of American fabric. They added to the culture of America, like the Italians, like the Chinese. They added to it, the melting pot. It was nice. You had a majority whites, but it was room for everybody else to grow. Another thing too is them people ain't Mexicans. Man, let me tell you something. A lot of them people that's waving them Mexican flags is not Mexicans. They lying. They just doing that so the spotlight won't shine on them. A lot of them people waving them flags is Nicaraguans and shit like that. I'm telling you. A lot of them people waving them Mexican flags is not Mexicans. They just trying to be here and take the attention off of who they really are. Those are not a lot. Them people are not Mexican. They not. You got to understand if this is Mexico and this the country next to Mexican, you ain't gonna be able to tell the difference of them people they live. Can you tell the difference between Illinois resident and Indiana? No. Somebody from Indiana ain't gonna be that much different than somebody from Illinois. That's what's going on. A lot of people live next to Mexico, but they not Mexicans. And the reason they pretend they Mexicans, because if you deport them to Mexico, they'll be close enough to cross back over the border. If you take them all the way to Nicaragua, they got to come all the way up through Nicaragua, back up through Mexico. So they want to get deported close. So they pretend they Mexican. Because I know a black dude, he was a Belizean, and he told him he was a Mexican. And they deported him to Mexican, and he came back across the border. I was in L.A. jail with him. Man, when I was in L.A., man, we went to Mexico, no problem. We went to Mexico, boom, drove right through the border there. On the way back, we got checked because we drove down there, but the person that drove us left us because they had to come back for something. So we end up like having to take a bus or something back or something. And so we had to walk through the border when we got back. And then we walked through the border and got back. Then we, I think, took a cab and took a train. There's a train right there that'll take you all the way to L.A. We took a train somewhere. I think a train took us to L.A., if I ain't mistaken. Because I remember they looked through my incense when I went through the border. They took all my incense out. And they were smelling all my incense and looking at all my incense, trying to see if I was smuggling drugs. And I remember telling the lady, I was like, lady, I'm going to keep it real with you. If you put any drugs or anything in there, it wouldn't be worth a damn if that incense oil get on it. I said, lady, you cannot put no drugs in this strong ass incense because it was fresh incense, wet. So incense oil, we try not to even touch it with our hands because if it get under your nails and shit and you eat your food, it's going to get in your mouth. So like when we was making incense, you had to really scrub your hands good and stuff to not get that incense oil on your hands. So she was looking through my incense saying, is it drugs? And I'm like, lady, I'm going to be honest with you. You can't put no drugs in there. She started laughing. I said, I tell you this, if it was some drugs in there, it wouldn't be no damn good. She started laughing. I said, I'm going to tell you smell it? I said, smell it. You think you could put some drugs in there? Man, you be to mess your drugs up. Because we was making fresh incense. Y'all don't know how strong that shit is. One stick burned for an hour. It ain't that dry ass incense. Now, these is fresh incense. You burn the stick, it burned. As a matter of fact, it's so strong you ain't got to burn it. You can just take the stick and sit it in the house, and the whole house gonna smell like honeysuckle or jasmine or whatever flavor it is. It ain't searching my incense. Said, is it drugs in here? I said, shit, hell no. You can't put no drugs in there. If you put some weed in there, who gonna buy it? Man, that's gonna be the worst weed in the world. Oh my God. Can't nobody smoke that. It's ruined. You can't put no drugs in there with no incense. And with incense, there is not enough plastic in the world to stop that incense from smell from getting on there. Fresh incense, hey man, I don't care how much plastic you wrap. If you put it in some incense, man, this gonna go to the core. It's gonna get through that plastic. And it's gonna go in there. Man, when we went down there, man, when we got to Mexico, we was driving, and as soon as we crossed the border and drove a little way, the police pulled us over. Yeah, right away. It's like 3 carloads of rust, like a van and 2 carloads of rust. The police pulled us over. Yeah, one dude. You know what I'm saying? And he got out, and he was, "Where are you? Where are you going?" Ooh. And he said, "Okay, follow me." He said, and he got in front of us. He drove. And he drove us to the police station. On our soul, he made us follow him to the police station. So when we got to the police station, he got out the car, I told one of the brothers to give me some money. I think he gave me $40 or $50. So the Mexican dude, sheriff or whatever he was, as soon as he got to the police station, I got out the car. I went and I gave him $50. And he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Agua Caliente." He said, "Follow me." Once I gave him that $50, he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "We going to Agua Caliente." He said, "Follow me." And he jumped in the car and he said, "Skirt." And man, he took off quick. We had to drive fast. He took us right to Agua Caliente, which is a hot spring. And he said, "Have a good time, my friends." And he took off. Once I gave him that $50, he like, "Where are you going?" If we didn't give him that money, he probably would have locked our ass up. I knew right away, oh, this is just a baby shakedown. $50 is a whole lot of money. That wasn't shit for us. I gave that man like $50. I might have gave him less than that. I might have gave him $25. But I'm going to say 50 because 25 don't sound right. It wasn't no hundreds and shit, though. And I gave that man that money. That man looked at that money. He said, "Agua Caliente, follow me." And he jumped in the car. Well, hurry up, keep up with him. We was gone. He took us down there. We didn't have no problems. You know what I'm saying? I gave him the money. He was happy. Some just told me, give him a couple dollars, man. He tripping. If we ain't give him no money, he don't tell him what he would have did. He might have hinted around. So you have something or something. I don't know what he would have said, but I didn't give him no time. As soon as he got out the car, I walked up to him, gave him the money. Yeah, man. He took us right to where we got to go. I don't think it was $50 either. I think it was like $25 because we wasn't rich. We was incense sellers. I think I can give him number like $20, $25, to be honest with you. I don't think I gave him $50. But whatever it was, he took it. He was happy as hell. He's ready to go. For $25 back down in Mexico, shit, that might have been $200 in Mexico. Shit. He took us to Agua Caliente. Anyway, y'all, that's it for that. I'm glad Trump is getting rid of that. I don't want to apply for no job and then be like, you got to speak English and Spanish. Why would you have to speak Spanish in America? That's very unconstitutional anyway. That's illegal. That is illegal. Now, they can have like interpreters or something to help people out. But anytime you got a country where you cater in to foreigners, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? They gonna throw all these people out of here. And there would be plenty of jobs if robots don't take over. That's the only thing I'm suspicious of. They throwing them out for robotics. So we will see how that works out. Are they throwing them out for us to get the jobs, or are they throwing them out for robotics? It's like that in Miami. Miami, I went to Miami. I didn't. The Haitians was like never, not very friendly. I haven't been there in years. I haven't been to Miami since the '90s. I was in Miami in like '96, maybe early '97, '96 or '97, and it wasn't that bad. When I went to Miami, it was models, but there was some Haitians at the swap meet, like like I seen 5 or 6 of them. They was mean. They wouldn't speak. It was the first time I seen black men with dreadlocks. Me and my brethren, we had dreadlocks. We have never spoke as Rastas with dreadlocks to other brothers who looked like Rastas that didn't speak. That was the first time. Because we seen the brothers like, hell up, brethren, like that. And they just looked at us like this. So then what kind of Rastas is them? Because back then they got dreadlocks, they Rasta. Or a Hebrew Israelite, but we held up all the dreads. Why Rasta? And they just looked at us. I asked the females with why they didn't speak. She said they Haitians. I said, oh damn. No wonder they name hate chins. That's some hating ass. I said, damn, they don't speak to no other brothers with dreadlocks. They had dreadlocks and shit. They didn't have that dreadlock unity type shit. I said, oh, okay. They just verified why I had a pistol on me. I said, I told y'all we need that thing. You know what I'm saying? I told you. I told y'all we need that thing when we go around these people, man. Oh, okay. Give an honest view to your brother's music video. What up, Hitwalk? Uh, where is it at? Cause I'm on StreamYard. Where is it at, bro? What's the link? His name is the face. Hold on, hold on. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I'll check it out right now. It's on YouTube. All right, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna check it out right now because I'm the realist, bro. Hold on. Let me write his name down. His name is FSD. Oh, there we go. FSD Bender. FSD Bender. FSB Bender. Okay, where's his page? Singles. You want me to listen to the song? The Face. Okay, I don't know where it's at. It's on one of these albums. He got the page set up wrong, man. The Face. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, there you go. All right, let me see. I'm finna check it out right now. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna check it out right now, bro. I'm the realest alive. I'm gonna check it out right now. I'm finna check it out right now, bro. On myself. Right now. Here we go. I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you right now. No, because they're gonna give me a strike. They're gonna give me a strike. Shorty hot. He got a weird delivery though. His delivery is like you gotta. It take a little while to pick up with his delivery. He ain't rapping on the beat like that. But he hot though. Shorty hot. Yeah, shorty hot. Yeah, he hot. He going crazy on that bad boy. He going crazy. He just got to stick with it. Tell him stick with it. You know what I'm saying? He hot, but he rap off beat a little bit, like G Herbo when he first started. He got to get it more on beat, but the shorty's not gonna like it. But if he would have rapped that right on beat, it would have been even better. Cause he like in between the beat. He's not right on it like he's supposed to be. He gotta rap that bam bam bam, but he got a lot of views, they gonna like it. He might have did that on purpose, but it's like it don't seem like it's on beat. He hot though. You know what I'm saying? He gotta rap on beat though. If he rap like that on beat, he gonna go through the roof though. What city he from? Where he from? What city? I'm gonna look out for him. What city he from? Yeah, where they from? I couldn't recognize where they was from. Oh, they from here. Oh, they from here. Okay, that's one of the guys. Okay. I need to hear that him in Vaughn 1700. Yeah, I need to hear that him in Vaughn. I need to hear that him in Vaughn 1700. They'll go crazy, boy. That shit'll go crazy as hell. Okay, I'm gonna check for me one of the homeboys. Let me go follow him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go check for him. I'm gonna check for him. Hold on, let me follow him. I don't know Lil Jeff, but I know of Lil Jeff. I don't know none of them shorties personally. I don't know none of them shorties personally. I'm finna follow dude right now. I subscribe right now. Why this shit say topic? I don't want to follow the topic. I want to follow dude. What the hell do you mean topic? Ooh, ooh. They gonna want to give me a strike. Oh, okay. I had followed the wrong shit. I don't want to follow no topic. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to that. Okay, I got him. I follow him. Hopefully, they don't strike me. I know. Are they in the gardens? Oh, they in the gardens out there where Ando from. Oh, yeah, they in the gardens. They in the gardens. Yeah, I ain't recognize. I gotta look at it again. Yeah, that is the guy. I gotta look at it again. He was japping. He just got. If he keep working on, it, he gonna go through the roof. He got 665,000 views. He said he jumped in the streets and got his first B. They be talking crazy as hell. I support the shorties though. They stepped their game up. That's the new thing. They like to rap about the guns and the bodies. That's what they like. They like the guns and the bodies. They like that shit. 165 views. He got his page set up. Okay, he got 102K views. Oh no, that's about going fed. He got on that Odell Beckham. He got 314K views. He getting a lot of views. Free Yak. He got 298,000 views. He got 900,000 views on that. 943,000 views on that Killers Association. He dropped that a year ago. Yeah, he shoot, he getting paid. He gonna get paid. He talented. He can rap. He can rap. That one was a little offbeat, but once he really get it lined up with the track, that thing gonna do 1.5 million views quick. You gotta keep going, keep working on his art form. That style like that, the shorties like that style. He right behind Chucky now. Mm, y'all know who he is. Oh, okay. Yeah, you in the garden. Boy, I ain't been in the gardens forever. What the hell's going on in the gardens? I ain't been out there forever. They changed the gardens. What's the gardens? No, it's probably no, it's still the same because I seen some videos of some brothers going out there. I think that unity movement went out there. So it's still the same. What the hell going on out there? They still got a lot of vice lords in the travelers in the garden. Probably not. That stuff be changing so much. So they still got travelers out there in the garden. I know they used to be pretty deep for a minute, but you just never know. It be changing. I used to be going over there all the time. I used to go be checking Mike Carter. I know you know Mike Carter. I kind of fell out with him a little bit. I ain't been messing with him. He was tripping. But I used to be going over there to check Mike Carter over there in Riverdale. That was my man. But he was tripping a little bit too much. I had a girlfriend live over there, but I found out she wasn't shit but like 18 going on 19. Oh, it's a lot going on. Yep, I had a girlfriend over there. I met her. She told me she was 20 going on 21. Damn girl was 18 going on 19. I said, man, I had to break up with her. I went over there to drop her off in the garage. Her mama came out and said, you know she 18, right? I'm like, are you kidding me? That's how you be catching bogus cases, people lying. Now, what if she was 17 or 16 and tell me she 20? I would have been able to tell if she was 16 now. Maybe 17. 18, I couldn't tell. Because she told me she was 19 going on 20. Well, how the hell, what's the difference between 18 and 19? Shit. But it's a big difference in 19 going on 20 and 18 going on 19. Well, not a whole big difference. Oh, you was kicking it with Marshall? They came to town and I didn't even go, man. They recently came to town. I ain't go, man. I like to go see Marshall. Yeah, he had 101 years old, still kicking it, still keeping the vibe going. Marshall was cool. He's kind of quiet. Him and John, rest in peace, John Gilmore. They used to just be standing around looking at me smiling because I was a baby. I wasn't number like, what, 19, 20? We didn't do cameras and stuff a lot back then. Man, and then if we had like phones with cameras in it back then, oh man, I have so many pictures. It was at his birthday party. And I'd have so many pictures if we had the phones like we got now. Back then, you had to have either a Polaroid that you pull it out and develop it, or you had to take pictures and take them to the Walgreens or something and have them develop them. You couldn't see them right then unless you had the Polaroid camera. Nobody wanted to carry that around and take pictures, but we should have. I should have had a Polaroid all the time and took pictures. I wasn't thinking. I would have some. Man, if I took all the pictures, man, them pictures would be worth so much money. Man, if I took all the pictures of, man, Man, some things will be worth so much money. Ooh-wee. That would be history for real. He was at his 101st birthday party. Yeah. I was supposed to go to Egypt with them. But I didn't want to go after Sadat got killed. All right, y'all. That's it for tonight. We will see you again soon with a whole new conversation. Y'all stay positive. And thanks, and make sure you support the channel. Victory.